Big Lottery Fund is all about helping communities most in need, and in Wales it awards £100,000 a day to do just that. In the past 10 years, over £600 million has been invested. And here are just some of the lives that this money has touched.
Walked through the door, the feeling of warmth was amazing, absolutely amazing.
Talking about things is so much better than just mulling over it.
It gives you a new life because somebody bothers about you.
When Ivy's husband died, she had to move house. She found herself alone in Brecon, far from her family. Once a popular dressmaker with a lively social life, Ivy found this transition hard to make.
Those are the photographs of the dresses I made. I was a seamstress for quite a few years. It's lonely. Not only my next door neighbour I see, well, perhaps once, twice a week. You feel you come to a full stop. It's very, very queer feeling. I mean, I just can't believe it because I've been such a busy person, you see. And this is, I think it's hit me.
Ivy found help through Contact the Elderly, which organises free monthly tea parties for older people in the homes of volunteers across Wales.
It just gave me something to look forward to. We sit and have a natter about everything and nothing, or talk. Then we have tea, have a beautiful tea. I made a lot of friends and I look forward to my days out.
Ivy's story is just one example of how National Lottery money is being used to bring a sense of companionship to older people's lives here in Wales.
In November 2012, following days of heavy rain, hundreds of homes in Denbighshire had to be evacuated when 2 rivers burst their banks. Residents had to move into temporary accommodation, and many families are still recovering from the physical and emotional upheaval. Rachel and her 3-year-old son Isaac were just waking up when the floodwater reached their home.
I looked out the back windows and just saw all this water. I mean, it was up against the back door by about a foot and it started pouring in.
It's the equivalent of bereavement because you've got all your property, all your loved ones, everything gets dispersed. Many are resilient because they're doing their best to get by. So other people find it very difficult and really need psychological support. And other people may well, not now, but in the future, have conditions which might require secondary services.
In November, I was looking after one child as a childminder. I could only work from this property, so because we couldn't live in this property, I had to stop working completely. My parents were absolutely wonderful to have put us up for so long, but I don't want to impose on anybody anymore. I want to be able to live our life.
The money will help us help the community heal with a bit of support and guidance to help them become or regain resilience and good psychological well-being and health.
The short-term effects of flooding are obvious, but money from the Big Lottery Fund will help address the longer-term impact. Now, we're not just talking things like property repair, but also providing advice and support services to help people restore their livelihoods and emotional well-being.
Food from the gods, tomatoes. Thank you, sweetie.
My wife was having a lot of trouble coping with the news that she had ovarian cancer, and it had been left so late that it had become secondary cancer.
They gave me 2 years to live. My son took it quite badly at first. I was petrified that he was going to go through life without a mum.
It was my mother's counsellor who introduced us to the choir. My mum was slightly apprehensive, but my father and I forced her into going.
She's never really looked back. It's been good for her to get a bit of interaction.
It's like a positive charge hits you as you're walking through the door. It's not just the singing, but it's the coming together of people, enjoying one another's company, sharing one another's experiences.
The choir is excellent, really. It really has a positive effect on all of us, I think. It's just really nice to have something to do together still.
10 of us received nearly £1 million to roll out choirs for cancer patients across Wales. But behind headline figures are stories like Angela's, which really get to the heart of the difference that funding makes. It's giving community projects something to sing about.
The Big Lottery Fund has supported thousands of projects in Wales, creating inspiring stories just like these. And with most people living within a few miles of a lottery-funded project, you can be sure this difference is being felt right now on your doorstep. us what you think about the Big Lottery Fund's work in Wales by taking part in 100 Big Voices.